you, Sean. So thank you for joining. I'm going to just do this very brief so all of us can get to know each other and also understand a little bit about why and how and all of the most frequently asked questions that we have. And this is just the beginning. Obviously, we're now developing the community for South Africa. So we're going to have a lot of these small short videos. We'll also have webinars that we can do that will be a lot more thorough. So this is just the teaser. So I'm going to just go over a few subjects that I'm going to share my screen so you're going to see what we're going to talk about. And we're going to go over them very briefly, okay? The longer version will be tomorrow in the webinar. So let's get started. First of all, why Dubai? Why should anyone invest in Dubai? If you're here, probably already a little bit interested to hear about Dubai, or maybe you already know Dubai, maybe you already want to invest in Dubai. So we're going to just talk about very, very basic stuff in terms of why Dubai. So just to make it short and to the point, taxes, quality of life, and safety. If you ask me, if I had to choose the main three reasons to invest in Dubai, it would be these reasons. Just a second here. So the thing is, just a typo. So yeah, just a moment. All right, yeah. So if you ask me what are the most important things in Dubai, it would be these three: the taxes, the quality of life, and the safety. In Dubai, as you know, we do not pay taxes. This is why I moved here in the beginning. We don't pay capital gains tax. We don't pay personal income tax. We don't pay, if we make a lot of money on rents, we don't pay taxes. There is only two taxes in Dubai. One of them is 9% company tax, and another is 5% VAT. Only two taxes, on consumption or on company. What that means is that for us, the investors, or for people that come to work here, zero tax. People ask me, what? So you also don't pay about this and that? No, we don't. Zero tax. You made $1 million tomorrow because you bought a property for $2 million, and by the time that it's handed over, it's worth $3 million. You have now $3 million. That's it, no taxes. So this is one very, very important thing that attracts a lot of people to move into Dubai. Another major fact is the quality here. Now, a lot of things that we call quality are things that also, they exist also in South Africa. So for example, in Dubai, all of the concept of, you know, getting a lot of help, for example, whether it's a nanny for your children, whether it's a driver, whether it's a gardener, all of these things are things that are very, very accessible here, and they make life much nicer. Also, on top of that, you have here the best schools for your children. So in Dubai, because this is such a multinational place, you have French school and German school and in English school and American school and everything. So you have the same, so your kid can do the proper curriculum that you would want them to do. You have different hospitals. So again, that's American hospital, French hospital, and all of these things, each one the way they want to live their life. You have the best restaurants in Dubai. You have the best tourist attractions in Dubai. So living in Dubai is kind of like living in a vacation. You have here such a culture of, you know, good life that everyone enjoys, that it's just contagious. Everyone here are just relaxed and happy about being in Dubai. On the same note, I would say that there is a lot of ambitious people in Dubai. So no matter how much money you make in Dubai, you always feel like you could make a lot more. So on one end, there is this side of Dubai that's like everything is super luxurious here, and you know, valets everywhere, and they open the door for you when you walk into the mall, and you like a lot of things that just make you feel like a king when you live here, really, or a queen, of course. The thing is that you have all of those things, but then you also have like, so it's such a hub of wealth that so many wealthy people move into Dubai that even when you work very, very hard and you have a lot of money and you buy a lot of apartments, you still feel like you could have done a lot more. So yes, you have this quality, but there is also always it's calm on one end, but also there's always a race to make more because you know that whatever it is you're going to make, you're not going to pay taxes on it. So it motivates you to even create a lot more. The third thing that really motivates people is the safety. So I know in South Africa, safety is a major issue because the crime levels are just insane. And in Dubai, the crime levels are close to zero. We're talking about 0.2% crime rate, which means almost nothing. In Dubai, nobody lives behind the wall. Nobody even thinks about that. Some people have that, but it's not for protection. It's more just, for privacy. So you have closed neighborhoods in Dubai, but it's not because people want to protect themselves from thieves. It's because they don't want the tourists to come looking at their luxurious villa, and take pictures of it because it's just interrupting them. So it's more like a luxury type of thing to have a wall for your privacy. It's not really a safety thing. People here leave their doors unlocked. They leave their Lamborghinis unlocked. They leave their Louis Vuitton bag in the mall and just to save their seat, and they go someplace else. There's a lot of famous videos you can watch on YouTube where people leave like a luxury watch in a restaurant and go to the bathroom and come back and it's still there. This is a big thing. One of the ways that they can achieve this type of safety is that there's just cameras everywhere. And in Dubai, you're not going to see a lot of police cars and policemen in every corner to keep us safe. It's completely different system. The system here lies on preventing. So there is a cost to it, and the cost is that the safety of everyone is always above any other right. So people that really, really care about their, let's say, privacy, they need to know that in Dubai, whatever is on your phone, everyone knows. So if you don't feel good about it, it's something that you should consider. But what it does do is that it keeps it incredibly safe. And we as Dubai residents, we feel very, very safe here. And it's very nice to know that you can wear a luxury watch that costs $50,000 on your hand and on your wrist, and you don't even think about it twice. Nobody's going to care because in reality, you're just another guy in Dubai with a $50,000 watch on his wrist. You're not that special. Some people here have a lot more than that. And there's just a lot of this wealth going around the city, and it's just like that. Another thing that you can find in Dubai that is just amazing is that there is high concentration of millionaires compared to the amount of people that live here. And the reason you should care about that is because when so many people with immense wealth move into the city, they help to build an economy. They employ a lot of people. They do a lot of things. They invest a lot of money in properties. So then there's more growth, and they help the prices to just keep appreciate, and that just helps us to make money in real estate. Rents in Dubai, they increase sometimes in crazy rates, and of course today there is rules about that. We will talk about it on another time because our time is a little bit short. But all in all, there's just crazy amount of millionaires compared to only 10 million people here in all the UAE, and also just about 3.7 million in Dubai. So if we just have to give us a comparison, in the past year, 2024, 6,700 new millionaires moved into Dubai. That is number one in the world in millionaire positive growth, immigration of millionaires. And number two is United States with a little less than 4,000 new millionaires. Now, just so we understand for a moment here, what does that mean? Dubai, small city, or actually they talk about the entire UAE, which is still a very small country. It's only 10 million people. 6,700 new millionaires. United States, maybe 350 million people. less millionaires moved in. So you understand that the ratio is just insane. And that's why it keeps on driving the real estate prices up and up. So who are we and what do we do? And quite frankly, why should you even listen to us? My name is Jacob Glidai. I'm the owner of Glidai Properties, which is our company here in Dubai. And Sean here is my partner. So thank you for joining today, Sean. And
Having me.
what we do in Dubai is not just tell you things that you can already read online, because everything that I just said, it's available on Google. We actually invest our own money. And moreover, we have communities of thousands of other investors that we already helped them to invest their funds in Dubai. And that's now how we build this new community that's going to serve yourselves in South Africa in order to help you understand the pros, the cons, because, you know, we're not here to tell you that everything is just amazing and there's no downsides. There is a downside to everything. The only question is if the downside is too heavy or if the upside is just so much heavier that the downside doesn't really matter anymore. And this is for you to choose. So what we're doing, we are investing actively our own money. So before we opened this company, I myself live here for 3 years. And me and my wife, I had my son, he was born here in Dubai. So we have a portfolio here of 15 properties that we purchased on our own. And we also helped 250 purchases in Dubai out of communities of a few thousands of other investors, as I mentioned, but 250 deals that we already did just in the past almost 2 years. And we did those with almost any area and almost any developer in the city. So in order for us to gain the experience that's going to help us to give you the most amount of value, we started by investing our own money. We went on to take mortgages for our own portfolio. After that, we started remortgaging a few properties. So we released equity, and this way we were able to double our power so we can actually buy a lot more apartments with the same personal capital that we started with. And today we also manage our second company that's called Glidai Holiday Homes, where we do holiday homes. So obviously, so we do Airbnb, we do Booking.com. So in a nutshell, we gained experience on our own skin with our own money. We multiplied a lot of our own capital in investments in Dubai that are invested with very large payment plan usually. So that means like off-plan property where you can invest 20% or 30% and then pay 1% per month or pay 10% every few months, for example. Different payment schemes like that. And we were able to make large amounts, very, very big amounts of gain. To be fair, anyone that invested in the past 2.5 years, maybe not anyone, but virtually everyone made money. It's only a question of if you made more money or less money, but very rare to find people that managed to lose money in Dubai in the past couple of years. There are people that lost money, but very, very rare. Most of the people made money. The average in the market was 15, 20% in some areas, not in all of the areas, in some areas. We're going to talk about them as well. So it's not like we are just some sort of, super successful market predictors. We were there to make the investments in the right time. We made the right choices. And now, in hindsight, we just learned what worked better and what didn't. And that's how we just share our own opinion as investors that invested quite a lot of money in Dubai. And more than what we have invested with our own capital, we also helped 250 other investors. So in rands, we were in charge of investments of a few billions of rands, which is, of course, a few hundreds of millions of the dirham, which is our currency that we use here. 1 dirham, by the way, is 5 rands. So in case you didn't know that, Now you do. And this is why I believe humbly that there is a reason to listen to some of the things that we say, but of course, always make your own research. So this way we can learn from each other. And of course, if you have an opinion that contradicts something that we have said, we would love for you to always share it in our community, as long as you do it with respect and with facts. So we can this way learn from each other. The last thing that we want is to be wrong and for no one to tell us that we're wrong, because then we would lose our own money. Everything that we advise our investors to do, we normally invest ourselves and then we advise for people to do the same. We take it very, very seriously when we invest when we advise to others what to do. Of course, we are licensed in Dubai and we hold a trade license and personal broker license. So that is very important as well. And when you have the exams to be a broker in Dubai, of course, you have ethics exam, and with the exam or without it, we are here for the long run, and we believe in ethics before profits. Now, what areas are the best to invest in Dubai? This is, of course, an opinion. I can tell you my opinion. Someone else can tell you their opinion. And maybe we're even both right in our own way. Okay, there is no, it's not like there's one area, this is the area, and that's it. There's no, it doesn't really work this way. Okay. So, Sean, according to
Yes.
what you know and what you believe, what do you think is an area that you recommend? I'm just going to open the Dubai map, or that you like in Dubai, that you think that is something people should invest in?
Well, I personally live in the Business Bay Area, but for investments, I've been hearing a lot about JVC.
Okay. So for those of you that are hearing about these neighborhoods for the first time, Business Bay Area is right here. And the JVC is down here. Now, I think the easiest way to do this is just to divide the city into a few different, you can say phases maybe. So I'm just gonna draw a little bit because it helps me just, understand what am I talking about. And I want you guys to see the screen here. So when we're talking about Dubai, it makes it a lot easier for us to just divide it into a few areas. And of course, when we're talking to private meetings, we can go in depth a lot deeper than that. In Dubai, we have areas that we call them number one in demand, I can say. Okay, so it's these two areas that I just circled. I call them areas, you can say phase one. Okay, so phase one, it means highest demand. Business Bay downtown, Sean just mentioned Business Bay, and Marina and the Palm. Okay, so as you can see, we have two palms. One of them is the Palm Jumeirah, that's the famous one. The second one is Palm Jebel Ali. This is still not constructed, but they're already sold. They started to develop it last year again after many years, and there is a lot of expectation for it to become something incredible. Just a second, please. Sorry about that. So these are areas number one. Now, what does it mean about them being number one? You can think about this as the center of everything. So Business Bay and downtown, that's where the Burj Khalifa is. This is the business hub, the center of everything in terms of business. The DIFC is very close by. That's also a part of area number one. The DIFC, if you don't know, that's Dubai International Financial Center. That's where all the banks and the financial institutions are incorporated. That's a super luxurious area. And Marina, this is more the touristic area. And of course, you have the Palm with the Atlantis Hotel. In the Palm, one villa can start from 30-40 million dirham for the, the cheap and old ones, and the expensive new ones, they can reach 200 million, 300 million, which is 1 billion rands or more. So this is just like, the very rich. If you want to know about Cristiano Ronaldo, he has a villa here in Jumeirah Bay. This is like a small island of the super rich. I think his villa is like 200 or 300 million also, dirham, of course. And that's like, this is not a very popular area. It's just an island with very, very expensive villas. But this is a very popular area with the marina mainly, and all of the crescent here of the palm. Now, what we have is these areas here. This is a mix of a lot of different neighborhoods that we call them area number 2. So it's this one, and it's this one. What happens in these areas is that it's not as aggressively popular as number 1. However, they're still very close to the center. Now, if you ask yourself what happens in between, I can just tell you briefly that over here, super luxurious villas, very expensive, not as expensive as the Palm, but still tens of millions of dirhams. Over here, this empty area, these are lands that are reserved for locals. So if you know, in Dubai, we have freehold lands. That's where we, the expats, can build and can live. And we also have lands that are saved for locals. That's why they're empty. Now, let's talk about this area for a moment. The center of it is, as Sean mentioned before, JVC, Jumeirah Village Circle. This is this area right here, this circle. And then we have all of the neighborhoods around it. Now, what makes this an interesting area? First of all, these are freehold lands. So it means that any one of us can, buy an apartment and own it forever, inherit it to their children and all of that. And it's very close to the marina. As you remember, in between, there's just very expensive villas. So it's not, you can't say that this is a place that, usual Joes can go and live. The area number 2 here, that is called Dubai Land. You have here Silicon Oasis in the north, and you have an area called DLRC, which is very popular right now here. And here, this is the one. Okay, all of these areas are we call it Dubai Land, but it's a lot of smaller neighborhoods inside Dubai Land. Dubai Land is a very big area. And over here, you can see that this has the highway that leads to downtown. So it's like 15 minutes from downtown. And this is like 10-15 minutes from Marina. These areas, when we talk about pricing, it's half price. Like literally, if you buy 1 bedroom in this area, you're going to pay 2 million and up. And if you're buying 1 bedroom here, you will pay 1 million and up, even sometimes 900,000. If you buy 1 bedroom in the marina, you're even going to pay more than 2 million. And here you still can find 1 bedrooms in 1.1, 1.2 in JVC. Outside of JVC, in the close by, nearby neighborhoods, sometimes you'll find 1 bedrooms for like 1,950,000. So again, that's half price. Then we have areas number 3, and after 3, there is 4, 5, 6. So you can say all of this area, that's where the Expo and the new airport that's about to come. It's areas that have good potential for growth, but that's going to take time. That's like 5 years from now, or 4 or 5 years from now. Over here, you will still be able to see good growth in the next year or 2. And number 1 is fully developed. Now, Sean, I want to ask you a question. Why do we most of the time recommend on areas 2 or sometimes 3, but most of the time 2, and we don't necessarily go to invest in area number 1 right away?
Area number one, as you said, is much more expensive than area number two. So it means it's already a bigger investment. And when you're investing in those areas, the value, the appreciation is much lower than in area number two, for example. So in area number two, you could get a apartment, a one bedroom or a studio, as you said, for much cheaper. And we can also expect the price to rise much higher and also get good rent on it, meaning a nice return.
Now, if you can just elaborate a little bit more, why do we get higher appreciation potential on number two rather than number one, where everyone wants to be? Because that's, everyone wants to be in the marina today. You ask a tourist, where do you want to be? Where is your hotel? It's in Palm Jumeirah.
So number one is already mostly built, meaning there's not a lot of land left to build. There's not a lot of, they're not building there anymore the way they're building at area number two, for example. Now in the future, from what I know at least, they want to turn area number two into a more tourist place, meaning it's going to be very close to the marina. There's going to be tourist attractions, meaning they're going to start building towards number two, slowly turning area number two into area number one also. And that's why the price would go up.
This is exactly the reason. Because if you're investing in area number one, it's already fully developed. There is not much room for growth. In area number one, there is already a train station. There is already malls. There is already parks. Everything already exists. Now, what gives us capital appreciation? Why should prices go up? There's a few reasons. The first reason is just because there is inflation all over the world. A salary of employee today is not the same as a salary of the construction worker in 5 years from now. In 5 years from now, the construction workers earns more money. And that makes the building to cost more money. And that makes me as a buyer to pay more money. So if you just take a look, even outside of South Africa, even in a dollar economy where it doesn't, where the currency doesn't go up and down in hundreds of percents every decade. Even there, take a look at salaries in the United States 5 years ago compared to now. People are making more money because the economy is obviously growing. And this is something that happens all around the world. The value of currency always goes down with time. And if we go back, doesn't matter which country or which economy you're from, if you go back 20 years, things used to be cheaper. If you go back 10 years, things used to be cheaper. So when you buy real estate, you just don't lose the value of your money. This is something that everyone knows. So one thing is just inflation. Things get more expensive. But another thing is development. Today, you don't have a train station. Tomorrow, you do. Today, you don't have schools, and tomorrow, you do. Today, you don't have, you don't have nice access for cars, and tomorrow, you have a new highway. So all of these things that don't exist today, when they will exist, whoever owns real estate there will now receive more demand. Because let's take, for example, somebody that didn't have a car wouldn't go live in JVC. They would live in the marina. Now there is a train station in JVC, for example. There is not a train station yet. There's going to be. But now that there is a train station, now he will say to himself, why should I pay the rates of the marina? I can live in the JVC next to the metro. What happens then? Now there is more competition on units here, and then the price go up. So when we see an area that's fully developed, there's not much room for growth. The mall is already there. The train is already there. The school is already there. The park is already there. When we start buying in an area that doesn't have all of these items yet, and we know that it will have these items in the next couple of years, every item that's added just brings more and more demand. In my office where we now stay, until very recently, there was no park anywhere near the area. So families wouldn't come to live here, mostly business-oriented people. Now they're building a 44,000 square feet or 440,000, I think that is. It's a very big park. I believe it was 440,000. Park that they built it from scratch just because they want to increase the value of all of the buildings around here. So when this happens, you know that your value is going up. And that's why you never want to buy in area number one unless there is a crazy opportunity, something that's priced under market, and you have a way to buy it way under market value. But if it's just something, let's say a new development, normally we tend to look at areas number 2, 3, things like that. Now, let's move on to the next subject. Just a moment here. So, how much is needed to get started? Today in Dubai, most of the city is anywhere from 6 to 700,000 dirham. That's the minimum price. So in rands, just multiply by 5. Let's call it 3 million to 3.5 million rands. And when you look at the payment plan, the minimum one would need is anywhere between 160K to 200K AED, sorry. And of course, this would be just the down payment. So the down payment is normally 24%. And after that, you have a payment plan. Sometimes it would be 1% per month, 5% per month, or 5% per quarter, 10% per quarter. There is different developments, and there is a very, very big, there's just a lot of opportunities and a lot of different payment plans. So this is about how much is needed to get started. If you have available only 1 million rand, for example, you can get started in Dubai. If you have 200, 300, 400, 500,000 rands, probably it's still a little bit low. You can talk to us. We can try to see if there's anything that we can do to help. But of course, we don't really want to have people that we don't want to tell people to invest if they can't afford it. Again, we really, really care about our ethics here, and we don't want to put anyone in trouble. In case you are going to invest and then you will not be able to pay off your apartment, then you can lose a lot of money, and we don't want that for you. How much can anyone expect to get in ROI? So in Dubai, that divides into 2. Long term, the average is 7 to 8, or you can say 7 to 9%. On average, if you're making 8% return from long-term rent, you are doing very well. It's great. Okay. And short term, if you're making anywhere between 9 to 11% net, that is considered very good. If you meet people that tell you, oh, I'm doing 15%, 17%, maybe they're doing 17% compared to the price they originally bought their property 3 years ago, because the prices just went very, very high, but not compared to the current value today. Now, what is the year-on-year capital appreciation that's expected? So what we are looking at is what's going to happen in Dubai in the next couple of years. Because if you remember, there is a reason why something would appreciate. And that reason is the development. So when we learn what's happening in Dubai, and when we learn what's going to happen in Dubai in the next 10, 15 years, then we see that in the next 10, 15 years, there is Agenda D33, where Dubai is going to become the 4th most important financial center in the world, replacing Hong Kong. And the only 3 others that will be more important still than Dubai by 2033. That's going to be Singapore, New York, and London. And we're already on our way there. That's Agenda 33, D33. They're going to increase the economy. They're going to drive a lot of new investments in. And if you already followed, then you've seen that Microsoft is now investing here $74 billion to creating new jobs in the UAE. And there is a lot more. Sam Altman and OpenAI, they're looking at the UAE as well. And there's a lot more to come. And the second agenda is Dubai 2040, that until 2040, Dubai is going to multiply the population from about 3.7 today to about 7.5, 7.8 million residents in Dubai itself, not the UAE, Dubai, until then, until 2040. So why should we invest now, this month, this year, this quarter? The reason is that we are still in the very beginning. Oh, but one second, I still didn't answer the question here. So we have seen here 20 to 30% in some areas. We don't believe it can be 20 to 30% every year, because it's just way too high. But we believe that 10% per year is doable. And even, I would say, conservative. But again, you have to understand that there's no promises. We are not making any promises. We are not guaranteeing that you will make so much money. We're not guaranteeing, in fact, anything. We're not guaranteeing that your capital will grow. We're not guaranteeing that you'll make a good rent. All we can guarantee is that this is what we are getting on our money, and that hopefully, if we lead you on your path to invest in Dubai, we can get you the same results that we are getting for the rest of our investors and for us when we manage their holiday homes. But again, in investments and investments in Dubai specifically, there is no guarantees, and we definitely do not guarantee. There is one thing that is guaranteed. You can buy an investment where you'll have 8%, 9% guaranteed per year. Usually I don't recommend these type of investments because they're limiting your growth. So if anyone in Dubai in the past 3, 4, 5 years have done 20%, 30% per year, people that bought these guaranteed incomes, usually it was priced very, very high. And the capital didn't grow. They just made 10% per year. Other people made more. So there is a reason why someone would give you 10% guarantee. It's never just because they have a good heart. So I just don't think that, I just, in my nature, I don't like guaranteed. It's always sounds to me like there is a catch to it. There's something that I don't understand. I'd rather not buy things that are guaranteed income, because again, there's just no free gifts in life. So why should you consider investing this year, 2025, and maybe even this month? The reason is the momentum. For 4 years, we're just going up and up and up, and we're still a lot cheaper than almost any other city that's competing with Dubai. We're cheaper, 4 times cheaper than London, maybe 4 or 5 times cheaper than New York, maybe 5, 6 times cheaper than Hong Kong. Just to compare, average square feet, we measure here by square footage. Average square feet price in Dubai. Do you remember how much it is, Sean?
Not exactly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
In dollars, it's roughly $600. Okay? Do you know the New York prices?
The New York prices?
Yeah, what's the price in New York per square feet?
I could be wrong, but I checked long ago, it was $800, I think, or a little bit more.
A lot more. Let's just do a quick Google search about it.
Yeah.
Average price per square foot in New York. So this is Hong Kong.
I was close.
Median. There's absolutely very close. But as far as I remember, it was a lot more than that. Maybe this is an old one, but I don't know.
It also depends areas, I believe. You know what I mean? New York is a big place.
Just a second. Let me see. Let's go into Statista. This is a company that I know. So let's see. If we're looking at residential real estate, median sale prices, let's see if we can see here price per square foot. They give us a lot of, okay, residential 1 bedrooms. Don't know if we are seeing here. Median monthly rate was this, renters paid that. Do they tell us what was?
I think they want you to pay for it.
Yeah, they want you to pay for it. But anyway, in New York, it was closer to $2,000 per square foot. I don't find it here for some reason, but it was close to $2,000 per square foot. And in Dubai, it's still 600. In Hong Kong, it was even more than that. It was 2,500 to $3,000 per square foot. So Dubai is about 4 times cheaper than all of its competitors in terms of financial centers in the world. And that's why now is a really, really good time to invest, because Dubai is still, even though it's very successful, it's still priced a lot less than a lot of competitors. This is something that some people still don't understand because they believe Dubai is expensive. And in fact, Dubai is still very cheap. Once the GDP in Dubai will become in Agenda D33, it will get to the same levels of New York, of London, of Singapore, of Hong Kong. The price per square foot is expected to be $2,000 to $3,000 per square foot, as opposed to the 600 that it is right now. So 600 to minimum of 2,500 USD, which is roughly 10,000 dirham, is where we are going. And this is something that anyone can look up. And the most important thing, let's say that Dubai is crazy and that you want to invest in Dubai. How do you know that your money is safe? So in Dubai, we have escrow accounts. So every investment is going into an escrow account. What does that mean? When you invest your money in Dubai, your money goes into an account that is controlled by the government. So we have the Dubai Land Department. And the Dubai Land Department is regulating the entire market with RERA, of course, the Real Estate Regulation Authority. So everything in Dubai is regulated, everything is monitored. Dubai received investments last year in volume of 488 million dirham, which is billion, sorry, not million, of course, billion dirham, which is 133 billion US, and most of this money is foreign. So all of the people that are investing in Dubai, of course, would not be investing here without this type of regulation. The Dubai real estate, section in Dubai is one of the biggest financial vehicles of this city. So the government is doing everything in its power to protect investors. That's why if, for example, you have invested in a development and for some reason the developer couldn't fulfill their promises, your money is protected in an escrow account and your money will be returned to you. Usually what will happen, by the way, is that the development will be sold to another developer that can complete development, and then you will still receive the product. However, in the event that for some reason you are not able anymore to, the developer is not able to complete the project, then your money will be returned to you, which makes a lot of people very happy to invest in Dubai, even if they've never been here. You don't have to come to Dubai in order to invest. And the most important thing about us as Glidai Properties, what we do is everything A to Z. What does it mean? We are selling off plans. We are selling ready units. So once your units are ready, we are able to sell them for you as well. We can do long-term rentals. We have our own holiday homes. POA services, so you never have to come here, power of attorney, of course. And in a nutshell, when you are working with us, you can invest from South Africa or from anywhere else in the world. We will be able to help you find the right property for you. We will be able to help you find the right area and the right budget. And if not more important than almost all of it, most of the times we will be able to help you buy under market value. If you want to know how we will be able to do that, then you should come to the webinar tomorrow. Sean, is there anything you would like to add?
No, I think you covered everything. By the way, I think the average square feet, what we talked about before, you were talking about Manhattan, which is 1.5, it's $1,500 per square feet. That's what you were talking about. You were right about that.
That's I guess a little bit of of difference that we had right there. So thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This is the very beginning of everything that we're now creating in our community in South Africa. I hope that you join our community. I hope that you will benefit from it, and I hope that you will help others benefit as well. And we will see you on the webinar tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.